All right, one more time while the sun is still up. It's still April 30th, 2011, and in my row of books that I have finished, the next one up was Water for Elephants. I know, motion picture cover, whatever. It was cheaper, don't judge me. And plus it has Robert Pattinson, which I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm a fangirl. I admit it, I'm 28, but I totally fangirl over Rob. Anyway, the story itself, it's by Sarah Gruen, by the way. The story is really good. It starts off, this old guy's in a nursing home, and he's crabby, and he's old, and he thinks he's losing his mind, and it's not good. But there's this circus that's coming to town, and all these other old people are starting to go to the circus, and that sparks memories of when he was young. He went to Cornell University for their veterinary degree, and he got to the point where he almost took the tests, but his parents got into a horrible car wreck. They were both killed instantly, and he could have finished out the year. He could have taken the tests, but he was really disturbed. I mean, he lost his parents. He lost all chance of future. He was going to go with his dad. It was horrible tragedy. And this was back in Prohibition, so like 1929-ish, I'm guessing. Then he ran away. He didn't know what to do, so he ran away. And he ended up following the train lines and jumping on a circus train. And when he was there, he had all kinds of fantastic adventures, fell in love with like the horse lady, got an elephant that was like, didn't know any words but knew Polish, and he knew Polish, and just this fantastic story of how it was when he was younger. And she does a really good job because she takes these stories of when he's older and then the nursing home and ties them back to when he was younger, and these whole stories, so that you're like, he's like drifted off remembering it, and then all of a sudden you're in the middle of the story and you get to a nice break and he like jerks back awake and, oh, where am I? Oh, I'm in the nursing home. And so it's a really kind of a sad retrospective on, or not retrospective, perspective on old people in the nursing home and how they're not really treated with dignity, and like he can handle the food but they can't give it to him because he's old and there's whatever. So it's really interesting from that perspective, just thinking about how aging goes and how we treat old people in America. And that combined with this really fantastic story about his former life in the circus and how it all went down is really just makes for a wonderful book. She writes it so well and intertwines everything. My only warning, okay, there's a couple warnings. The first one is pretty graphic. There are some pretty nasty sex scenes. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. It's bad. If you don't like that kind of thing, you might be flipping a few pages. You could probably get by without some of them. Yeah, some of them kind of sneak up. You be very careful. If you want to read the book and that is a problem for you, be very careful. Maybe like look up online, there might be somewhere where you can see, oh, don't read, pages 63 through 42 or something like that. That was backwards. Anyway, but the story itself is fantastic. I look forward to seeing the movie. And if you are taken aback by that kind of thing, I would recommend being very careful. Otherwise, it was a fantastic story. I totally recommend it. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions, comments below. And I hope you continue to keep reading. Have a great evening.